squash, 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 possibly from a squatcher, Old French, meaning to crush. Squat, 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 from Middle French, esquiter, meaning to press down or crush. Stack, 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 derived from Old Norse, stacker, meaning a pile or heap. Slam, 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 origin possibly from Scandinavian, slamra, meaning to strike with force. Stagger, 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 from Old Norse, stakra, meaning to reel or waver. Stain, 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 derived from Old French, asteinder, meaning to dye or color. Stake, 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 from Old Norse, stick, meaning pointed stick. Stalk, 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 from Old English, stalu, meaning step or stride. Stall, 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 from Old English, steel, meaning standing place. Stanza, 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 from Italian, stanza, meaning a stopping place. Startle, 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 from Middle English, startlin, meaning to leap up. Statesman, 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 from state plus man, meaning a man involved in state affairs. Statistic, 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 from New Latin, statisticum, meaning relating to state. Statistical, 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 derived from statistics, meaning related to data and numbers. Steamer, 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 from steam, meaning vaporized water. Steer, 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 from Old English, storen, meaning to guide or direct. Stereotype, 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 from Greek, stereos, meaning solid, and typos, meaning impression. Stern, 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 from Old English, stern, meaning severe. Stew, 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 possibly from Old French, estouiller, meaning to enclose. Steward, 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 from Old English, styward, meaning house guardian. Stewardess, 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 derived from steward, meaning someone serving on board. Attendant, 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 from Old French, attendre, meaning to wait or serve. Stink, 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 from Old English, stinkin, meaning to emit a smell. Stalk, 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 from Old English, stalk, meaning place or tree trunk. Stoop, 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 from Middle Dutch, stoepen, meaning to bend down. storage, 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 from Old French e-storer, meaning to store. Stout, 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 from Old French a stout, meaning brave or strong. Straighten, 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 from Old English strecken, meaning to stretch. Straightforward, 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 from straight and forward, meaning going directly ahead. Strain, 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 from Latin stringere, meaning to bind tight. Straight, 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 from Latin strictus, meaning tight or narrow. Strand, 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 from Old English strand, meaning seashore. Strap, 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 from Middle Dutch stroop, meaning strip or thong. Stray, 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 from Middle English strayen, meaning to wander. Streak, 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 from Old English strichen, meaning to go or move. Stride, 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 from Old English striden, meaning to step or stand firmly. Stripe, 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 possibly from Middle Dutch strijpen, meaning to stripe. Stroll, 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 from German strolchen, meaning to wander or roam. Structural, 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 from structure, meaning the arrangement of parts. Stumble, 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 from Old Norse stumbla, meaning to stumble or stagger. Stump, 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 possibly from Middle Dutch stomp, meaning stump or short post. Stun, 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 from Old French estonner, meaning to daze. Sturdy, 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 from Middle English sturdy, meaning strong. Stutter, 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 from Middle English stutten, meaning to stumble or hesitate in speech. Stylish, 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 from style, meaning manner of fashion. Submit, 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 from Latin submitter, meaning to lower or yield. Substantial, 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 derived from Latin substantialis, meaning essential or of substance. Substitute, 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 from Latin substitutus, meaning put in place of. Suitcase, 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 from suit, referring to attire, and case, container. Sulfur, 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 from Latin sulfur, referring to the element. summon, 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 from Latin, summonare, meaning to call or urge. Superficial, 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 from Latin, superficies, meaning surface. Superstition, 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 from Latin, superstitio, meaning standing over or beyond. Supervise, 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 from Latin, supervidere, meaning to watch over. Supervisor, 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 from supervise, meaning to oversee. Suppress, 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 from Latin, supprimere, meaning to press down. Supreme, 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 from Latin, supremus, meaning highest. Surge, 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 from Latin, surgere, meaning to rise or swell. Suspend, 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 from Latin, suspendere, meaning to hang. Sustain, 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 from Latin, sustinere, meaning to hold up. Swamp, 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 from Middle English, sampe, meaning bog or marsh. Swarm, 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 from Old English, sweorm, meaning a large group. Sympathize, 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 from Greek, sympathia, meaning feeling together. Tackle, 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 from Middle Dutch, tackle, meaning equipment or gear. Tan, 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 from Old English, tannion, meaning to make brown. Tangle, 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 from Scandinavian, tang, meaning to entangle. Tar, 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 from Old Norse, jara, meaning pitch. Tart, 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 from Old English, tiart, meaning sharp. Taunt, 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 from Middle French, tenter, meaning to tempt or provoke. Tavern, 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 from Old French tavern, meaning public house. Teller, 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 from Old English, tellen, meaning to tell. Tempo, 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 from Italian, meaning time or pace. Tempt, 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 from Latin, temptere, meaning to test or try. Temptation, 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 derived from tempt, meaning to attract. Tenant, 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 from Latin, tenere, meaning to hold or possess. tentative, 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 from Latin, tentare, meaning to try. Terminal, 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 from Latin, terminus, meaning end or boundary. Terrace, 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 from Latin, terra, meaning earth. Thigh, 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 from Old English, eo, meaning thigh. Thorn, 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 from Old English, orn, meaning thorn. Thrill, 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 from Old English, Eurlean, meaning to pierce or penetrate. Thriller, 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 derived from thrill, meaning to excite. Throne, 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 from Greek, thronos, meaning chair or seat of power. Throng, 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 from Old English, ringen, meaning to crowd together. Thrust, 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 from Old Norse, throster, meaning strong or stout. Tick, 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 possibly from Old English, ticka, meaning tick or mark. Tile, 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 from Old English, tile, meaning roofing tile. Tilt, 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 from Old English, tilten, meaning to fall or lean. Tin, 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 from Old English, tin, meaning the metal. Tiptoe, 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 from tip, meaning end, and toe, part of the foot. Toad, 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 from Old English, tad, meaning toad. Toil, 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 from Latin, tudiculare, meaning to work hard. Token, 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 from Old English, tassen, meaning sign or symbol. Torch, 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 from Latin, torca, meaning twisted collar. Torment, 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 from Latin, tormentum, meaning torture device. Torrent, 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 from Latin, torrens, meaning a burning or rushing stream.